All right, shalom. First, I'd like to start by saying all praise to Yahweh by Shemal Shai, double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth with sincerity. Now, this is a couple scriptures, so I'm going to jump right into it. This is Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5. It says, "Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee and ordained thee a prophet unto the nations." Right. So before the Lord knew us in the belly, He let me see, in the belly, He knew us. Right. So the Lord already had us. He knew us when we was in the spiritual world, Slakia. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee. Right. And once the Lord put that spirit in the womb before we came out, He had already set us separate, because that's what sanctified means. Set us separate, and ordained, sanctified thee and ordained thee a prophet, right? And He ordained us prophet. So He set us separate from the world, to be His prophets, and His prophets are His chosen, His elect. Yahweh we are His elect. It says, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations, right? To Israel, man. So we're supposed to be prophesying in the time we're living in. The Lord ordained us and sanctified us while we was in the spiritual world. And this plan has been here since the beginning of time, man. This is Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 15. It says, "And I will give you pastors according to mine heart." Heart in Hebrew is lab, which means mind, according to how the Lord feel, according to what the Lord say do, according to the way He is, His image, His law, statutes, and commandments, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. And what is your knowledge and understanding? His law, statutes, and commandments, man. What was it? Deuteronomy 4, 5. Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 5. "Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord Yahweh my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither you go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people." So the law, statutes, commandments makes us wise, man. It said, "For what nation is there so great, who hath the Most High so nigh unto them, as the Lord Yahweh our power is in all things that we call upon Him for?" All right, so go back to this Jeremiah. It says, "I will give you pastors," Jeremiah 3 and 15. "I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding." Right, so your knowledge and understanding comes from the Lord's laws, statutes, and judgments, man. All right, this is Malachi chapter 4, verse 5. It says, "Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord Yahweh." Right, so Elijah the prophet was Abba Bivens, man. Our elders and apostles, elder, basically, for lack of a better term. "And he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children," right? And he the one who came back and basically woke the apostles up. It says, woke their elders up that was over them. King Marsha, High Priest Ariah, It says, and he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. Right, man? So, the Lord sends his prophets to do his will. He set his prophets separate from everybody else, man, to continue his will, man. And that's those of his elect, man, the ones that's continuing in the faith, man. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 9. It says, "For I think that the Most High has set forth us, the apostles, last, as it were appointed to death." Right? So, when the Lord sent us, we know that we might have to die for this, just like how he did. For we are made a spectacle unto the world, right? A gazing stock. People laugh at us, mock us, etc., etc. And to angels and to men. Right, so that's one of the roles of the prophets. That's what we were set up for, man. The Lord always kept prophets, and sent his prophets in times, man, to warn his people. Because ultimately we have what? The kingdom of heaven coming. The kingdom of heaven coming, spiritual power. Scriptures say 7 women, which means the whole 7 women. Can be any number of women coming. In the times that we live in. We're in the last days, man. Everything is speeding up. Prophecies are not tarrying no more, man. That's why we're here. We're here to prophesy through the Spirit of Habashimawashai, man. We didn't send ourselves, man. We got this from the Lord himself. Through his prophets that he set up. Through the Spirit, man. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 38. For as in the days that were before the flood, let me see, it's like it 37. Okay, 36. It says, but of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. Right, so Yahweh only know, when he's going to send Yahushua back, not Yahushua nor the angels. And that's prophecy, man. It says, but as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Right, so the Lord gave us a one-up. Just like how they wasn't listening to Noah back then when I had him prophesying. The same way they're going to do y'all, man. It says, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying, and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark. Right, and like the people say, they was doing whatever they wanted to do in that time, until Noah entered into the ark, man. And we building ourselves up a spiritual ark right now, and the people are still marrying, eating, drinking, doing whatever the fuck they want to do, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So, that's crazy. It says, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Then shall 2 be in the field, the one shall be taken, and the other left. 2 women shall be grinding at the mill, the one shall be taken, and the other left. Right, so you're going to have one man doing the work, he's going to be taken, the other man not. He's going to be left. Same go for the women. There's an elect men and there's an elect women. There's going to be more women saved than men because it's going to be 7-1, man, according to the scriptures. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known and what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. Right? So, to watch means to watch the prophecies. We got a lot of prophecies going on, man. Russia and Iran just came out with they have one of the best and the I forget how you for what is it, lack of a better term, one of the strongest non-nuclear weapons non-nuclear bombs. They call it Russia called it the father of all bombs. I forgot the specific term for it, what it means, but the U.S. was called Moab. Russia's is the father of all bombs, and it's 1,100 kilograms lighter. Um, I think it's 44 tons of TNT versus the U.S.'s. I forget. I'm gonna have to look up the information. I write this. I'm gonna put the information up, but these Russia and Iran, building up their capabilities test strong because it's prophecy, and the only way you would know that is if you were watching. It says, therefore be ye also ready for in such an hour. It says, therefore be ye also ready for in such an hour as you think not the Son of Man cometh. Right, so the Lord gonna come when you least expect it, man. Who then is a wise who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household, to give them meat in due season. Right. The kingdom of heaven. Blessed is the man whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. So you're gonna be blessed if you're of the elect when the Lord come back and you're doing the work. Verily I say unto you, that's why we out there on them highways and byways. Verily I say unto you, that he shall make him ruler over all his goods. But and if that evil servant shall say in his heart, in his mind, my Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants, and to eat and drink with the drunken, the Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware of. And he shall be cut asunder, and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. So, a lot of these niggas that turn back and start mistreating, their fellow brethren, the prophets, and they didn't walk into the world and all that extra shit, they're going to be destroyed by thermonuclear fire. So said the scriptures. Let me see if I got one more. All right, this is Zechariah chapter 14, verse 12. And this is the plague, and this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. Right. So this is the judgment of the niggas that walked out the truth. So yeah, that's it for the scriptures, man. Let's see you church pastors bring this out and edify this, man. Or you so-called Israelite groups, man. But that's it for the lesson. All praise to Yahweh Shema Shai. Double honor to the elders and apostles that rule well. And salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth with sincerity. Shalom.